Welcome to Salad with a Side of Fries. I'm your host, Jen Trepic, talking wellness and weight loss for real life. We're here to clear up the myths, misinformation, bad science, and marketing to teach you how to eat and how to cheat. Are you ready? I'm having salad with a side of fries. This week, we're talking about syrups for your coffee. You know, like those flavor syrups, like whether it's Dunkin' or Starbucks or even your local coffee shop. I feel like everybody has them now. You know what I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about?
Oh, yeah, the flavors. I used to be huge on that stuff.
What was your flavor?
I was like the sugar-free vanilla in my Starbucks, latte or something.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about it for a second because the sugar-free versus the regular versus nothing, like what do we got? So, I think the first thing to remember is sweet is an acquired taste. The more we have it, the more we want it. The more we have it, the more of it we need for something to register as sweet or salty. Right? Because salt is also an acquired taste. So this is specifically sweet. But so the more we have it, the more we want it, the more we have it, the more of it we need for something to register as sweet. So maybe you start out with one pump and then eventually you're like, I don't even taste it. I need, 4, whatever. So the other thing to remember is key to our metabolic health and our overall health is balancing blood sugar. And when we eat sugar or high glycemic carbohydrates, we need to blunt that impact, right? We can blunt the impact of that with fiber, protein, or fat. So applying this to coffee drinks, which coffee in and of itself doesn't have any of those nutrients, protein, fat, or fiber. So if we're adding the syrup, we may want to consider adding some low fat milk so that there's a little bit of fat to help with that sugar bomb.
Hmm.
Just a thought. Right? And then I wanted to see really what was in these bad boys. So I looked up, the Torani, whatever. I recognize the label, Torani is the brand. And I recognize the label. I see that one all over.
Yep.
So I looked at their vanilla. So a serving size was 2 tablespoons. It had oh, by the way, I have no idea how many pumps are in a tablespoon. Like maybe somebody can test that, or if you work at Starbucks or somewhere, let us know. Right? But the serving size is 2 tablespoons. It has 80 calories and 20 grams of sugar,
Wow.
all of which are added sugar. The ingredients are pure cane sugar, water, natural flavors, sodium benzoate, which is a preservative, potassium sorbate, preservative, and citric acid. So we don't always know how much they're using when they make our drink. So maybe ask for less than they usually put in. Like I said, maybe add a low fat milk or something. I will say on occasion at Starbucks, I'll ask for hazelnut, but will ask them how many pumps they normally put in. And I'll usually ask for like half of that, or at least
Mhm.
one less than what they normally do.
Mhm.
But then there's also the sugar-free, because I hear a lot of people like you said, right? "Oh, but, I used to get the sugar-free vanilla." So, I looked at the Torani sugar-free vanilla, same serving size, 2 tablespoons, 0 calories. Other than that the nutrition facts said 5 milligrams of sodium, but that was it. Then the ingredients were purified water, vanilla extract with other natural flavors, potassium sorbate, sodium benzoate, right? Those preservatives, citric acid, then xanthan gum, sucralose, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, acesulfame potassium. I don't know. I mean, essentially, what we're seeing here, I suppose the sweetener is sucralose, right? Xanthan gum is a texture thing. So I don't know. I mean, natural flavors, especially in vanilla, that's that one I mentioned in another episode. It's like stuff from like a beetle's butthole. Like, yeah, you can Google it. Like, natural vanilla flavoring comes from like, it's not pretty. But whatever, right? So here's the deal, right? Sure, it's not likely to spike our blood sugar using the sugar-free syrup, right? And this is where, pros and cons, and we choose what works for us. So for some people, maybe we're focused on, the fact that it's okay, sucralose versus the cane sugar, that's the battle we're picking. For other people, you might be saying, you know what? I want to have fewer man-made things, and I'm going to go with the cane sugar.
Mhm.
Everybody's sort of in a different place, and we want to just make the choices that work for us. And remember, whether we use the regular one or the sugar-free one, it's still sweet. It can still keep us addicted to that taste of sweet. So, like I said, figure out what's better for you personally. And maybe those sweet syrups in your coffee are keeping you addicted to the taste of sugar. Or maybe you're finding that the one pump is enough, and or you could scale back to one pump. I would say keep an eye on it. If you're using the syrups that have sugar, again, maybe add a little low fat milk and pick your battles. For some of us, it's a simple way to scale back on these added things that we may not even notice day to day. For others of us, that might be the one thing that makes you happy in the morning, in which case, you do you. You got to pick your battles. And we're in different places. So one thing that works for somebody, the opposite might, be better. But I do think scaling back on these additives could be a really simple way that won't impact you all that much to take small steps toward a healthier you. At least though, because we've had this conversation, we can all choose intentionally what we're doing. What do you think?
I like it. And if you want some flavor, this is what I do now. Like on the few times that I treat myself to a latte, especially at like Starbucks or whatever, I'll put some cinnamon
Me
on the
too.
top. Have the cinnamon and kind of stir it in.
Yep.
It's delicious.
Exactly. I will say when I get iced drinks, cinnamon does not mix very well, but I still like it. I think the cinnamon is amazing. By the way,
Yeah.
cinnamon has also been proven to be helpful for blood sugar. So there's that too.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe we need a nutrition nugget on cinnamon now.
Ooh, there, hey, next week.
Right. All right. Well, Stephanie, thank you again for joining me. I always appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. Really enjoyed today's episode and the nutrition nugget.
Yay. So, as always, everybody, I'm your host, Jen Trepeck. Connect with me on Instagram at Jen Trepeck, JenNTrepeck. Really, all social media, that's the handle. The website is asaladwithasideofries.com. Please send me a message, whether through the website or on social media. Tell me your key takeaways, any ideas or questions you have. This is also the easiest way to learn more about working with me. And let's level up your game by becoming a podcast member, right? Go to glow.fm/salad with a side of fries to show your support for this podcast, our community, and most importantly, supporting your health, right? This week, you'll get the recipe for vegan Parmesan cauliflower steaks and the hemp pesto zoodles. Feels like a restaurant. And since it's September, your live Q&A one-on-one session with me. I can't wait to talk to you. So until next week, remember, decide how you want to feel physically and mentally after the meal or after the trip. Then choose accordingly. And maybe your new mantra is, I can find something to eat at any restaurant. Because I promise you, you definitely can. Well, friends, that's it for today's episode of Salad with a Side of Fries. Congratulations for making yourself and your health a priority. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to click subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform, share us with a friend, and we'll be back next week. Always remember, you deserve it and you are worth it. Happy healthy.